everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a video on some makeup products that I have changed my mind about. So some of these are going to be products that I have either disliked in the past and now I like, and some of them are going to be products I used to like but I don't like anymore. So I'm going to get started and share with you guys all of these products and let you guys know what I think about them. Also, some of these products I have loved for years and now I just don't like them anymore. So it's kind of funny how when you try new things, or if you haven't tried a product in a while and you kind of come back to it and you realize, wow, why did I used to like this or something? I definitely have a couple of those as well, so yeah, let's get started. So the first product is one I've talked about a lot in some of my past few videos, so I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter, but of course it is my Tony Moly Hot Edition Cushion Foundation. Now, I really liked trying cushion foundations from a lot of different brands. I think I probably have about like 6 to 8 different cushion foundations right now in my collection, but I never really like truly loved any of them. I, thought they were okay, or I liked this, but I didn't like this about them. This was the first one that I tried that I was like, wow, I actually really love this cushion foundation. So this one has got to be my all-time favorite one. Out of all of the ones I reviewed, it goes straight to the top. And I honestly don't even know what it is that I like about this one so much, but it just blows all of the other ones that I have in my collection out of the water, and it's just one of my go-to cushion foundations. The next one is one of my all-time favorite concealers that I loved for literally, I don't know, probably close to like 5, maybe even longer than 5 years. And this was the Hard Candy Glamoflauge Heavy Duty Concealer. Now, I really loved this one for the longest time, but I always had like a caveat with it. Like if I ever talked about it in videos or like used it and stuff, I'd be like, I love this concealer, but you have to set it. And I think that's absolutely the case. This one is one of those like super full coverage concealers. Like it can kind of like cover up tattoos and stuff. Like that's how full coverage it is. And I used to use this all the time under my eyes, and I always had to set it with some sort of powder just because it was that thicker, stickier, kind of tacky feeling concealer. So like if I did not set this, it would be a creasy mess. Garbage truck, go away, I'm trying to film my video. So I was a huge fan of this concealer for the longest time, and I, no joke, have used it up probably at least 5 times or something in my entire lifetime. And this was another one of those concealers that you only needed the tiniest bit, so it would last like years. Like it would last me literal years. But I have not used this in so long because I ended up, I think earlier this year, I was using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and I really liked this one. Now, I actually have since used this one up like many months ago, and I went back to my Etude House Big Cover Concealer BB. This one is another one of those concealers that lasts forever. I feel like I've been using this for the last 2 years, like on and off, but it's still going strong. So I really liked this one. I feel like this one almost replaced how much I like this one because it had the same amount of like really bright coverage and stuff to it, but it didn't have nearly as much as that really sticky, tacky feeling that this one did. Now, I always set all of my concealers no matter what, but I feel like if I like had to go without it, this one I could definitely make that work. Not the case with this one at all. But also on the plus side, I have found another way I do like to use this product, and that's actually if I'm doing like a cut crease kind of look where you use like the concealer to kind of, clean up the edges and blank out the lid to apply another shadow. I actually really like this one. Again, I'd still recommend applying it super thinly so you don't like have a really creasy mess. But since it is so full coverage, I feel like that is so perfect for this type of concealer, and I'm glad that I found that use for it because I'm definitely a person that does not like to just throw away a product even if I don't like it. The other day someone asked me, what do I do with all the products that I don't like that I review? Most of the time I still make myself use them, or I try to find alternate uses for them to work for me, and worst case scenario, if I really just can't find a way to use it, I will give to lightly used products to like friends or family if they want it and stuff. So I'm like never a person that's just like, oh, that concealer sucks, I'm just gonna throw it away. Like, even if it's inexpensive, I try to find a use for products. I just cannot throw them away. So I'm always trying to find another use for products if I don't like them, so I'm glad that I was able to find a use for this. And of course, it will still last me forever because it's not too often that I do cut creases, and of course, I only need the tiniest bit of product, but at least I have a use for it for me. The next product I got not too long ago, I'd probably say within the last like 4 months or so I got this product, and when I first got it I really liked it, and that is the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder. Now this one is in the color Lace. They also have like a banana color one, they have like a terracotta one, which is definitely better for deeper skin tones. They also have one in the color Ghost, which I think might be like a straight up white colored baking powder, but I don't own that one, but I'm thinking about getting it even though I don't like these products. But the reason why is I saw the color Lace and I thought, oh, that might be better for my skin tone. But the only problem I find is that this is just so yellow on me. Like, as far as how deep the color is, I feel like it works pretty well, but it is just too yellow for my skin tone. And another reason why I liked it is it has such a soft, like super silky feeling to the skin, and I pretty much only use this to set my concealer pretty much, but I just found that it was too yellow under my eyes, and I liked it for like a few weeks, and then I just kind of noticed, I'm like, you know, this color just doesn't seem to match my face too much, and I feel like there was like a definite few amount of weeks where I had some videos where my under eyes just looked too yellow. So as far as the actual product, I liked it, but I wish they would come out with like a pink toned one about the same color, because this one is just too yellow for me and I can't make that work. I thought about maybe buying the Ghost powder one and like maybe mixing these two together to kind of like lighten this one a little bit so it wasn't as noticeable of a different color. So maybe I'll do that, maybe I won't, but at the time I still just really love my HD e.l.f. setting powder. This one is in the color Soft Luminance, so it has like a tiny bit of sheen to it, but I still just really like this one, and I feel like, do I really need to find another product to replace when I have such a good one already? I guess I don't, but I just love trying new products and stuff, but this one's still my go-to. Another product I have changed my mind about, now this one I've actually had for quite a while, so it's a little bit more of an older product, but whenever I was first getting into makeup, I felt like I was the biggest snob when it came to eyeshadow primer. I feel like if I didn't use Urban Decay Primer Potion, then I was trash and my makeup was trash as well. Now I do have to say, I really do love the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. I feel like it was one of the original eyeshadow primers on the market, and it's definitely still one of my all-time favorites, but it is quite an expensive eyeshadow primer, and since then there are so many different ones that have come out from other brands, and this is one from e.l.f. that's literally like $1 or so. Now this one I have had for quite a while, and I recently just came back to it because I finally finished up another shadow primer, and I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older and I don't care as much, or if it really is just, you know, not as bad of a product as I remember it being, but I feel like this does a pretty good job for an eye primer for me. Now I find that no matter what, I always have a little bit of transfer of my eyeshadows just because of the shape of my eyes. I have hooded eyelids, so a lot of the time if I just put shimmer on the crease or below the crease of my eyeshadow, no matter what, it's going to end up here. That's just the nature of my eyes. So I've never found an eyeshadow primer that has ever like kept my eyeshadow from moving in that way. Another thing is I don't necessarily know if I really notice too much of eyeshadow primers really making my shadows like last longer. I'm sure they do to some extent, rather if I were to not use an eyeshadow primer. But I pretty much just use an eyeshadow primer just to like give my eyes like a slightly sticky base to make the shadows stick longer, which I definitely think is how, you know, an eyeshadow primer makes my makeup last longer. So long story short, I feel like I've just gotten a lot less snobby when it comes to eyeshadow primers over the years, and I found a lot of like inexpensive ones that I feel like do, you know, a pretty decent job, and you don't have to buy like a $22 eyeshadow primer anymore. So yeah, this has definitely been one of my go-tos that I've been using at a moment that I used to, you know, kind of turn my nose up at. The next product is kind of a product I've had a love-hate relationship with before, and it's not necessarily this product, it's just kind of this makeup product in general, and that's color correctors. Now I like to do a lot of reviews on color correctors, specifically Korean ones, just because I find that people really search those videos a lot more on my channel, and those tend to get more views, so that tells me that people are interested in those types of videos. But on the day-to-day basis, I rarely use any type of color correctors. I have tons of them. This is one I have just for demonstration. This one is a green tinted one from the Face Shop, which is good at canceling out redness to the skin. So in theory, I probably should use a color corrector more because I do have very pinky kind of redness to my skin, but I just find it's an extra step that I don't really ever take the time to do, and I have so many color correctors in my collection at the moment that I really don't use. So that's just one of those random products that I feel like I just don't have the time to do another step in my makeup process because I already do a lot of steps. So Color Correctors is one of those products that I've kind of changed my mind about. And the final product I've changed my mind about, these, I have so many of these. So just to show you, this is all of my loose eyeshadows and pigments and everything like that. I have so many of these, but I do not like pigments. Now I haven't bought any in quite a while, but I used to love them all the time, but they're just so messy for me and I just honestly don't feel like I take the time to use them. I think they're pretty and I think they work really well, but I'm just a little lazy when it comes to using a loose eyeshadow like that. So that is another product that I have definitely changed my mind about over the years. Every once in a while I do come back to using them for just a little bit, but then overall I don't really use them that much in my everyday makeup. So yeah, that is it for all of the products that I have changed my mind about. Let me know, are there any products that you guys used to really love and now you hate, or products you used to hate and now you really love? Definitely let me know in the comments below. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. Until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.